Hello everybody, welcome back to another in my series where I break down what I've purchased over the last month. This will be covering September of 2022, and this will be vinyl finds and a bunch of CD finds. So without any further ado, let me jump right into it. I'll start with the vinyl. First, I ordered this a long time ago. It's the 50th anniversary of Rocky Mountain High by John Denver, and it comes in a very cool blue, like cobalt blue vinyl, and you just got some great songs on there. Obviously, Rocky Mountain High. He does a cover of Paradise by John Prine. He does Mother Nature's Son by the Beatles, Darcy Farrow. So really great album, and happy to have that finally come to my door. Next, I went to a really cool thing. John Prine's record label, Oh Boy Records, has been going around to different breweries across the eastern part of the country and has had a pop-up record store. And so they have limited edition colored vinyl that comes with this record store. So I picked up his latest album, his last album, Tree of Forgiveness. It came with a really cool hype sticker, and apparently it's a gold vinyl, but I haven't opened it yet. So happy to have that. Next, the reissue from Oh Boy Records of Aimless Love by John Prine. It's the first album. It's the first time it's been reissued since 1988, I think, when it came out. So it's the first time it's back on vinyl. One of his near perfect albums. He had a bunch of those. And he also reissued German Afternoons. So there's the reissue. Speed of the Sound of Loneliness is on here. I Just Want to Dance with You. And then he does a kind of a bluegrass tinged version of Paradise. And next, I'm part of a thing called the Magnolia Record Club, and they just put out this album. It's their newest in their series. It was their monthly album for September. The Man from Waco, Charlie Crockett. Charlie Crockett is a modern country troubadour. Really, really great voice. He's not modern country at all. And it came this beautiful kind of a milk chocolate brown vinyl. And I'm sorry for the lighting. It's kind of the sun's starting to drop here in my sunroom. So it's affecting all of my camera angles. Oh, come on. There we go. So that's The Man from Waco. Still haven't spun that yet. I'm excited to. Next, let's stick to John Prine. I was able to fill in a good part of my John Prine collection. Standard songs for average people. John Prine singing with Mac Wiseman, a bunch of country and bluegrass covers. Happy to have that. John Prine Live. This is from 1988. Lots of good stuff. It's mostly John on guitar. A few songs with the band, but that's really good. Lost Dogs and Mixed Blessings. Humidity Built the Snowman is on here. Lake Marie is on here. Just a really fun, just, standard John Prine. It's just so good. Live on Tour, John Prine. Oh boy, it was having a Labor Day sale, and so I got a lot of these really cheap. This has a bunch of live songs. Then I think it has three new tracks just for this album. And then John Prine, The Singing Mailman Delivers. This is essentially a live concert of Prine singing just before the first album came out. So it's mostly stuff from that first album or two. And then he's got some studio demos in there as well. So there's the tracks. Next, I got this, I think, September the 1st. It was the last of my Buddy Holly albums. I know I talked about those last month. It's a tribute album called Not Fade Away. It's fantastic. You have Marty Stewart on here, Los Lobos, the Mavericks. Really, really great tribute album. I finally got the new Muswell Hillbillies and Everybody's in Showbiz 2 CD set by the Kinks, the 50th anniversary edition. So I'm excited to finally spin that. Got it about a month late. And then I also got Face to Face by the Kinks, the 2-disc stereo and mono versions. I was given a few albums by some people, not in the vinyl community, but just in life. My cousin Ethan, hey there Ethan, over Labor Day gave me a few CDs. He gave me Blue Oyster Cult, On Your Feet or On Your Knees. So I've never listened to Blue Oyster Cult really, so I'll be interested to hear that. He also gave me Club Ninja, Blue Oyster Cult. And then he also got me Tyranny and Mutation, Blue Oyster Cult. So going into those blind. And then my dad was very nice. My dad and I got to go see Elton John earlier in September. So he sent me a couple of live Elton John CDs. He sent me 11/17/70, an absolutely fantastic raw performance by Elton, Nigel Olsson, and Dee Murray. Really, really great. Really, really great. And I just got this toward the end of the month. Finally came in the mail. Elton John live with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra. So happy to have those. Thank you, Ethan and Dad. I got a few Christmas albums to get myself ready for the season. Because these were all copies of things, for the most part, that my parents had, but since moving away, I didn't have my own copies. So probably one of my favorite Christmas albums, the Sinatra Christmas album. One of my favorite versions of Jingle Bells on that. And these are all unopened until Christmas. I got Willie Nelson, Pretty Paper. I got Josh Groban, Noel. And then I got James Taylor, At Christmas. So really happy to have all those. This is a really cool album. I know I've told my friend Glenn Kellaway about this. This is Hell on Church Street by the Punch Brothers. This is the Punch Brothers doing the album Church Street Blues by Tony Rice. It's a tribute album to that album. There's a couple of covers on there. Well, actually several covers. They do One More Night by Bob Dylan. They do Record of the Edmund Fitzgerald, Church Street Blues, Last Thing on My Mind, Pride of Man. So Chris Thile and the Punch Brothers. Great Americana group. A couple of Beatles related albums. I finally got a copy of Pipes of Peace, which I actually just listened to today. So it'll make an appearance on my October music listens. But this, of course, has Say 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 on it and Pipes of Peace. Kind of a controversial album in terms of McCartney fans liking it or disliking it. And then I finally got the 2 BBC sessions by the Beatles. So really happy to fill in that part of my Beatles collection. And lastly, Bob Dylan related items. I finally got the band music from Big Pink, the 50th anniversary. Fantastic record. I mean, it's the debut by the band. You have Tears of Rage, The Weight, Long Black Veil, This Wheel's on Fire, I Shall Be Released. And then some outtakes and special alternate takes. So finally happy to have that. I got the Bootleg Series Volume 4, the Royal Albert Hall bootleg series, which in reality it was actually in Manchester, England, not the Albert Hall, but when bootlegs went around in the 60s, they called this the Royal Albert Hall. This is when Dylan was referred to as Judas by a heckling fan. Fantastic. It's just the set from that night, nothing extra in it. It's been out for years and years and years, but I finally grabbed one. I also grabbed, I didn't have this either. This is the Bootleg Series Volume 1 through 3. This was the very first one. It came out in 1991, so it's 31 years old already. All sorts of tracks. It's covering 1961 up until 1989. So, really happy to have that. I can't wait to spin it. And then, last but not least, I finally got a copy of Together Through Life. I've been missing this for years and years and years. Really, really enjoyed this. I'd never listened to it all the way through. It's kind of got a lot of Tex-Mex accordion style music to it, which he kind of converted when he did his Christmas album later that year. He kind of had some of those similar styles on here. So really, really great later day Dylan album from 2009. So there you go, folks. I try to keep it as short as I could, but I still ran over 10 minutes. But anyway, if you all like the video, please like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to talking to y'all in the comments. So until the next time, be good, take care, talk to y'all real soon. Bye now.